At more than 3,900 miles long, the Yangtze is China's greatest river and the world's third longest, behind only the Nile and the Amazon. For thousands of years, it has been a major trade route and central to Chinese life. But for much of China's history, this river has also been responsible for destruction on a massive scale. In 1998, 300 million people were displaced by floodwaters from the Yangtze. The cost of repairs threatened the entire country's stability. But as they showed with the Great Wall, the Chinese have never been afraid of taking on huge projects to make their country safe. At the Three Gorges on the Yangtze, they have decided to try and tame this vast river once and for all behind a giant dam. In 1994, the engineers began blasting. In 12 months, they detonated more than 80,000 sticks of dynamite. Since then, more than 40,000 workers have toiled in continuous 24-hour shifts. Within just 10 years, they built China's new Great Wall. The Three Gorges Dam stands 610 feet high and 1.3 miles across. It's as wide as the Golden Gate Bridge is long and twice as high. It's also the world's largest hydroelectric power station, and its turbines produce enough energy to light up Boston, Washington, D.C., and New York City combined. When it hits full capacity, it will provide 10% of China's annual electricity needs. In such a polluted country, the production of clean energy is a massive upside. But there are also enormous downsides. As the Three Gorges project propels China into the future, the rising waters are also erasing its past. By the time it's finished in 2009, the dam will have created a reservoir longer than the Grand Canyon and over 500 feet deep. Nearly 2 million people will have been displaced, and 4,000 villages, 140 towns, and 13 cities will have been swallowed up. Priceless archaeological discoveries and monuments to 5,000 years of culture will disappear, never to be seen again. The dam stands as a spectacular testament to China's economic progress and its struggle to control nature. But it is also a solemn monument to what will have to be left behind, silenced forever beneath the waters.
Urban planners. The Three Gorges is the world's biggest dam, consuming more stone, concrete and steel than any other. It's also the world's biggest hydroelectric power plant, something the Chinese government wants to advertise. On an official tour, we're given the official line.
It's a big advantage to use hydropower rather than coal. This dam is replacing a coal-fired power station which would consume 50 million tonnes of coal per year. Annual emissions are reduced by 150 million tonnes. This is a great environmental achievement.
The giant turbine room, part of China's plan to triple its hydroelectric capacity by 2020. Local journalists cluster round to hear the spiel. Environmental protection has always been the priority. That's the line they're told to repeat. Let's go, says the guide. Not much time to challenge today's message.
Looking at the progress and the initial efficiency of the project, all the problems are basically tackled.
But it's not that simple, and they know it. The government laid on a boat to take us up the giant reservoir created by the dam. 175 metres marks the height the waters will reach when the project's completed in 2009. The reservoir bank is scarred by landslides, which geologists say are caused by erosion as the water level rises and falls. We left the official tour and took a boat to the village of Miaohe, about 10 miles from the dam. The people here have already been moved uphill to avoid the rising water, that this summer the earth beneath them subsided. Great cracks appeared in the houses.
For 2 or 3 years, it feels as if our house has been stretching itself. It's been cracking little by little. We heard somebody saying, it's a landslide and the earth is splitting. The neighbors began to run. That's when we knew it was really bad.
Government officials told the villagers that the landslip was not caused by the dam, and the money they were given afterwards wasn't compensation. And she says they've been warned.
They don't let us talk to journalists. They'll punish us for saying bad things about them. You shouldn't say you're a journalist. Say you're a tourist. They will chase you. They will say, go away, don't come here.
Further along the hillside, new houses are being built for the villagers, partially subsidised by government loans. The party chief isn't very happy to see us. He too has been told not to talk to journalists. These houses are being built on rock. They should be much more stable. But the government's line on the landslips seems to vary. Sometimes they say landslips are just a natural phenomenon. At others, that they are a consequence of building the Three Gorges Dam. But everything was predicted and everything's being dealt with. Professor Lei Hong-shun should know. He's been studying the impact of the Three Gorges Dam for more than 20 years.
Comparing what was foreseen before the dam construction to the issues we face today, I have to say we're confronting many more problems than we predicted. Despite all the efforts, no one can guarantee that landslides are completely controlled. Nobody can predict when and where landslides take place, nor promise there'll be no more in the reservoir area.
Chongqing, the world's fastest growing municipality, with population already 31 million. The infrastructure can't keep up. The city lies at the western end of the reservoir, and effluent flows directly into the water. Before the dam, the Yangtze flowed faster and flushed it away. Now it stagnates.
The government must change its overall concept. Now, the strategy is to treat the head when there's a headache and the foot when it hurts. We don't have a comprehensive plan to fix the environmental problems related to the dam.
Like the pyramids or the Parthenon, government propaganda portrays the dam as a miracle of human endeavour, a symbol of the greatness of modern Chinese civilization. But China's now judged as much by its environmental record as its engineering prowess. And propaganda can't solve the real problems caused by the Three Gorges Dam.